aligned with your purpose, then everything will happen for you naturally, and you will be provided because you will be in tune with the universe. See, everything in nature doesn't need money because it understands that law of attraction. And once you're in your purpose, which everything in nature is in its complete purpose, and you provide your purpose to the universe automatically has a way of measuring up and making sure that you get what you need. But most people are chasing cryptocurrency and money rather than chasing their purpose, and rather than chasing wisdom that will enlighten them into their purpose. They value money, thinking that money will bring them what they need because they're using their primitive human nature to look at life and not understanding the laws of nature, right? So you drop a human being off in the middle of nowhere, and they have their human nature, and then their own human nature works against them. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy that you was dropped off in hell, and in hell you're just trying to be your human nature, and you're suffering. It's like your own nature is against you. And if you don't peep this, you can get caught in that cycle of suffering and being tortured like the rest of the world. With us understanding that we are first not in our natural environment, we can understand it's not okay to be natural in this environment. We cannot be natural in this environment, because this being natural in this environment, you have to realize this is hell, and nature is against us in this realm. So you trying to be your natural self in this realm can hurt you and can harm you. We have to be wise and understand how this shit is set up against us. You just feel like, oh, I'm doing what comes natural to me, but that be the very thing that makes you suffer if you don't understand what's going on in the system and how it's set up. You understand what I'm saying? So, ladies, stop making decisions. Understand, I need you to become conscious of your eggs and the hormones that is letting off to influence your decisions to choose a mate in this unnatural world. Okay? I need you to understand what your body is and what's the purpose of your body, which is to carry the brain. I need you to understand what the purpose of your brain is. The purpose of your brain is to collect information, knowledge of self. Once you understand who you are and you understand what your purpose is, you will no longer have to worry about financial needs and finding all the things. No, because all these things will come to you naturally. And we're all trying to get in touch with that quantum field. We're all trying to get in touch with nature, the true nature. But you got to understand the nature of this beast that we're in is to take your nature and use it against you. And if you don't peep the game, then you're going to fall victim every time. And you're natural, and you're going to feel like something's wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with your nature. There's nothing wrong with your human nature. But you got to understand one thing. We have evolved to adapt to hell. So what is your human nature now, as you see the collective inside of hell, is to be a demon. Because we have adapted to survive in hell. And that means our children's children have gotten smarter in how to cope and deal with hell. So what we are producing is demons and demonic entities that thrive in Babylon or hell. You understand? And a lot of you are born, or a lot of us are born with this generational curse of being demonic and having the ability to adapt to hell and to become a better demon. You understand? So we are evolved. Our children's children, when a mother is pregnant, when a child is in the womb, it's a methylation process which picks the genes that will be best for the child from the environment that the mother is subjected to. In the methylation process, genes or behavior patterns or the code that gives you your personality are selected that allows the child to adapt to the environment that the mother is subjected to. So your mom was going to work. Your mom was in Babylon. You was born through a mother that had been subjected to hell. So you naturally have a personality that is evolved to be able to survive within the state of hell better. You dig? So the rabbit hole gets deeper genetically. And if you're not conscious of this, this is why awakened beings are here now. There's certain souls that have came here as anomalies that are not supposed to be like myself. Like some of y'all spiritual leaders that have come through these genetic codes that have came here to teach and to make people aware of what's going on. Because you got to remember, we're constantly in a rabbit hole of evolving deeper and deeper into the oppression of hell. So you need enlightened beings to come along to tell you the truth so that souls can understand where they're going wrong. So you chosen beings have came here. You're not from here. That's why it never felt right to you. You're not trying to adapt yourself to this shit. You all the way feel like something is wrong. And it hurts you. You go through a lot of pain coming into your purpose as a spiritual light worker or someone that brings truth, or light meaning awareness, truth. You know what I'm saying? You working the truth. You sending out truth. You speaking the truth. It's not going to be easy for you because you got to understand you're an angel in hell. Ain't nobody trying to hear this shit you talking about, bro. That shit ain't making no money. Ain't nobody trying to hear that spiritual talk, nigga. I got to feed my family. So there's a momentum of you being ignored, of you being isolated, of you feeling like an outcast because you're not from here. You're actually an angelic being that came to hell to raise the frequencies or take those that are ready to graduate. Actually, the high class people are who we're talking to. We're actually talking to people that are in the higher class of hell. So there's different classes, right? You got people going toward hell. You got souls that's going toward hell. And you got souls that's coming out of hell. We're talking to those that's coming out of hell. We're talking to those in the higher frequencies of hell, like the people that got money. Like we're talking to the celebrities. We're really talking to the people that have the ability to sit and listen and have had enough experiences so that they can even receive what you're saying. But when you're talking to somebody in deep poverty, they're in the lower levels of hell. If they're not coming out of that, then you can't talk to them. If they're going in towards hell, then you're talking to a dead person. That's why Jesus said, let the dead bury the dead, because they're all learning lessons of the dead people that live in death. So you got to understand your audience. You got to understand who particularly you're talking to, because once you understand hell, then you realize that everybody's in their divine place, in their spiritual path. And you got souls that are on their way to lower levels. And you got souls in a way that came from lower levels that are actually helping people come out. Then you got those that are light workers that are just at a certain degree, like Wallow. Wallow is teaching the young kids how it's not okay to be in the streets. Now, you wouldn't say that was a spiritual teacher, but he is. He's actually at a certain level for certain people of a certain class of souls. So Wallow would tell the young boys like, yo, listen, it's not good. Make sure you work, get your education. But to the spiritual person that is at a high frequency, he would tell them, damn, that's hopping down from the frying pan into the skillet. Because you're telling people to not go to prison, but telling them to work for the system, which is hell. So, but it's levels to this shit. So Wallow's right, because some people have to first establish themselves in this hell. And they have to actually become successful in this hell to get to the higher class. Once you get to the higher class, then you're touching us, who are the spiritual teachers, that'll tell you that money is not it. So we're talking to the celebrities. We're really talking to the people that have time. We're talking to the higher class, to the middle class. People that are coming out of poverty, we're talking to them. We're talking to the people that are coming out of the middle class into the higher class. Right before, then we're talking to the chosen, that are people that are actually have, because you need to have financial security for you to be able to, you need to have had done everything in this realm. Hell is a place that you level up from. Once you get to the medium class, that means when you got your own apartment, you got your own house, you paying the bills, you get a little vacation time, you get to travel, and then you get to think, and you get a little more time to yourself to ask questions and say, what the fuck is really going on here? But you still are compelled by family and things, and so you're still in a level of hell, the middle class hell. Then when you get to the higher class, you no longer have to worry about money. Your bills are paying themselves. You got your own business. You got nothing but time to sit and think, and you retire.